Hey guys, George here from the F1 Chronicle, and for a change today, we're actually going to talk about the video gaming side of Formula One because F1 24 is out now. It's been out in early access for a few days, but the 31st of May marks its first official full release day. Um, and yeah, according to EA and Codemasters, the developer and publisher of this game, there's been a lot of changes for the better. There's a new handling model. The career mode has some new aspects to it as well, and the circuits have been updated too. But I am anybody that knows me and knows my opinions on the F1 game will know that I'm not a big fan of what EA has done. I feel like we're slowly but surely kind of sleepwalking towards having this being FIFA, but instead of being footballers, it's Formula One cars instead. And this game has done nothing to alleviate my fears. I will preface anything that I say by saying that I have not played this game, nor will I have any intention of playing it. However, I have spoken to a lot of people who have played it. I've watched people, experts, in the F1 gaming community, people like Arava, people like Alex Gillen in particular. And I want to, kind of get my thoughts across from what I've seen and what I've heard. I mean, I did play F1 23 quite a bit as well, and I wasn't really impressed with that. And it seems to me like this is, potentially the worst one that EA have brought out since they took over Codemasters in 2021. I think they actually started. So it's slowly been getting worse. So I am quite concerned. I mean, I do understand that some people have gripes with the handling model. I get that. It is less realistic by all accounts, which is not a good thing. But I think actually that's not too bad of a problem, really. I think the real problem there is that there's no option to make it simulation. I feel like if you had two settings where it was like, I can either go simulation or I can go more accessible here, have like an assisted steering or something like that, then that would satisfy both the hardcore gamers, the esports people, and the casual player. Because the casual player doesn't care if these cars actually are like Formula One cars, because guess what? We can't tell the difference. We're not that good. But the esports people absolutely can tell the difference, and what they're saying is that the handling model is miles off. I do think it's kind of cool that you can actually, in career mode, play as one of the real drivers, play as a legend, play as a Formula 2 driver making the debut, rather than, this, well, not nameless and faceless, because you can design your character, but this person that doesn't really exist in the real world. It's great that you can actually take over your idol and replay their career. You could be Senna or Schumacher if you want. I think that's really cool. I think that's great, to be honest. It's a small change, but it's an important change. But yeah, I mean, things like the updated circuits, it's like, this is the bare minimum of what you should be doing. EA, this is not something to boast about. It's something to mention in passing. Just, oh yeah, so we updated Spa in Qatar. It's not one of the headline features, or it shouldn't be, but it is, because there's not that much that's new. It seems very much like a lot of things they've just changed the 23 to a 24 and hope nobody notices or cares. I'm sure there'll be plenty of new items and stuff to get in F1 World, but who actually cares about that? And while we're on it as well, again, this might be old man yelling at cloud here a little bit, but the music, who are these people? There's a few that I recognise, but not many. The trailer had me kind of hyped for, a new soundtrack that maybe harken back to the older days. Like the F1 game soundtrack used to be pretty banging, actually. They used to make their own songs, admittedly, rather than have like licensed artists like they do under EA, but they worked. The old soundtrack for the F1 game back in the day by Cody's was actually pretty spot on. So to see EA have the artistic license and the might to be able to do what they want and do that is pretty bad. But I could rant about the Formula 1 video game for a very long time. I can't fit all my criticisms in this video, but yeah, I'm distinctly unimpressed personally. But I'm interested to hear your guys' opinion as well. Have you played the F1 game yet for 2024? Let us know in the comments below. And of course, keep it tuned to the f1chronicle.com for more video content just like this.